Welcome, everybody. Hello, we're back. It is episode 14 of The Effing Title, and today we have our ninth guest, second female guest. She is a beast at Apex. She is the official queso queen. I don't need to say anything else now. That's all I got to do for this intro. Our guest today is RunningDeerX. Is it okay though if I call you Deer?
That is fine.
Awesome. All
Hello,
right.
everybody.
How are you doing today?
I am doing good.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great to hear. Really fun topics today. I brought this up to Deer last week. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Last week. To be the guest, and I think it's the fastest I've ever had a guest give back the topics.
Well, I was thinking about it, and I was like just real quick. I was just naming things, and you're like, "Yeah, those sound great." And I was like, all right. I guess we got it."
Well, I always try to make it like it's one of those things. Like I was talking with Edith about it, because he was talking about topics and he's like, like I don't want to bore you. I don't want to bore your your viewers or anything. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, your topics are your topics, man. That's why I have it be your topics, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see from down here, we have a full listing today. We got 4 topics. We got Apex Legends, we got deer hunting, we got Star Wars, and we got Lana Del Rey. So starting off, Apex Legends. I heard that you are a huge fan of Caustic.
That is incorrect, sir.
Okay,
No,
so
sir.
Loba.
Yes. She thick.
She thick. She thick as fuck. Loba's the new hero. What do you think about now? Of course, I know what you think about Loba. What do you think about Loba being the hero at this point in the game right now? Like that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
So I kind of I always like try to look at the heroes from when like they come in. So like when we
her story,
kind
like
of
how it
like
plays into the story lore, or what?
the story and a little bit of like the way that her kit is built. Because like when
Like
because
her abilities?
yeah, from what
Okay.
we know so far, because like when Crypto first came in, I was like, cool, Crypto's gonna be the hero for season 2, and then I was like, nope, Watson, you know.
Yeah, I think the devs are just trying to throw us all off. And also the data miners don't really know everything. They have old data files, so
Mm-hmm.
they're not always accurate.
I'm I'm I don't know. I need to. I'm excited. Like we've talked about this before. I'm excited for Tuesday because I want to see what her kit is. Obviously, I'm going to go into
Oh
training
yeah.
and just fuck around with her
Oh
for a little
yeah,
bit.
that's the very first thing I'm doing is, well, first of all, see all of her skins, see all of
Mm-hmm.
her like quips. See that second finisher that the devs are talking about, saying, uh,
True.
wait till you see her second finisher. And I was like, oh, ooh. But then I'm gonna go into the firing range just to like test her out, because I don't want to like be in a game and like not knowing how she plays, not knowing like does she have I want to know what her passive is.
Exactly.
Like,
Well, and like that's kind of like that's one of the things I did with the last, what was it? It'd have been season 4. The season 4 video that I did for YouTube was
mhm.
I went in, I reviewed the battle pass, I went over all the stuff, I looked at the new hero, and then I went in the new hero and gun, and I went in and I tried both of them out in training, just so then like if people like wanted to see it before like getting on or something, they can just kind of quickly jump on and see it.
Right, yes.
Um, so I was like, I want to see what her, because I'm assuming that her stabbing down the staff is her ultimate. Because
Yes, to get the loot, because I think that would be little OP if that was her L1 ability. Well,
exactly,
we both play controllers, that's
yeah,
L1 ability, but whatever it's actually called. I always call it L1 ability.
yeah. I normally
Um,
call it what is it? It's the tactical, I think, the tactical ability,
yeah,
the
yeah,
tactical, but
tactical.
um, I'm intrigued because like it's kind of one of those ones where like we see her and we're not like it's like we kind of don't really know what we're getting ourselves into. With
Right.
Revenant,
If
we kind of like we
Mhm.
could kind of tell a little bit, You know, I think with a lot of these guys we
Yeah.
could kind of tell, but with Loba though, I don't know.
I think if the throwing down the staff and it has the you can steal nearby loot. Imagine landing in like a
Well,
building
imagine.
with another team in there and you just
Well, I was gonna say,
throw it
imagine.
down and you get all the guns and no one has guns but you.
Mind you, me and my
So that's
team
definitely the ultimate.
we call it the sex ship. But imagine going to Mirage Voyage and throwing that bitch down right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Everything's now yours. You know,
Yeah, so
I'm.
that's definitely like it's definitely gonna be good when it's like you're in a gunfight and you're running low on heals maybe.
Hmm.
And just throw it down behind something
And
and
jackals and
grab what
stuff.
you
Yeah,
need,
I like.
whatever.
I'm
Be a major rip if you do that and there's nothing nearby.
exactly. Well, and I'm kind of wondering as well. Like, if you do it, like for instance,
Like
let's
what's the
say,
radius? What's the
what's
radius?
the radius? And my other thing is this: is it like, is it stuff that's in crates? Is it stuff that's just on the ground? Is it stuff that's in death boxes?
Right, yeah, I
You
have
know,
no
because if
idea.
it's like at an end fight and you can kind of like you have a moment, slam that thing down, and suddenly you can get all the stuff that's in death boxes close by.
Mhm.
Like that could be almost a game change. That's a full game changing thing. I think that she's
Yeah.
just a very interesting hero for right now because the kid just feels so unique. Like all the rest of the kids, every kid feels unique. Let me
Yeah.
say that,
Well,
but hers
yeah.
feels just that extra. Like, it was almost like seeing Crypto for the first time. When we first saw
She's a
Crypto, it's like,
support character, I believe. That's
yeah.
what they said she was support.
It's kind of like when anyway, when I felt with Crypto. When I first saw Crypto, I was like, shit, this dude's gonna fucking change the way that people have to play this game.
Yeah, that's why yeah, I've been talking to other people. They said Loba's definitely going to be she's changing the meta,
Hmm.
changing it completely.
And I think it's going to be interesting because like and it's funny as well. I've been actually watching. I don't know if you watch it at all. I've been watching a lot of the pro series on YouTube recently,
Yeah,
and it's
no. I
funny.
just been playing. I
So I've
haven't been
been.
watching anybody. I just been playing and watching Loba. That's it.
I've been watching some of the pro series and seeing like what the actual meta is and what some people are using, and it's funny because they were actually talking about how there's more teams now that are starting to use things that aren't in the meta just in case. Like so when Loba hits, just in case they're ready. So like there was like one team that they were talking about constantly that was like, this is the first caustic we've seen in 2 seasons in like ranked, like that sort of thing. And I'm like, holy shit!
Mm.
And the dude was killing it, mind you. But no, I'm intrigued. This whole season, I'm really intrigued by this whole season. They've.
I'm excited for the map change of Kings Canyon. Rip, Skull Town,
Hmm.
but I love Kings Canyon. It's my favorite map.
I see.
I'm
I'm a big
I'm really
I love
excited
Ward's
about the
Edge.
quest. I'm really
That's
excited about
that's
that.
what I was about to bring up. Is that like that? I think is
I've
going to
read
be.
everything about it, and you sent me the video.
Mm,
You sent me that video of all the stuff, so you know. But if some other people that are watching this don't know, it's not going to be in the actual like battle royale part. It's completely separate. They pretty much added a story mode, which I'm really excited about.
yeah, so it's
I
like
love story. I love lore. I love game
it's
lore.
like a it's
I love the stories.
the thing that I like about it is the fact that it's a PvE story mode to a game where
Yes.
the story has kind of been the little clips they give us or the voice lines. Now there's an actual like story mode to it, and for me, especially with me being an Overwatch fan and Overwatch getting a story mode within the next like when Overwatch 2 comes out, and now Apex
Mhm.
Legends is doing the quest thing, which is basically their version of a story mode.
Yeah.
I'm
It's just
loving it.
like
Makes
yeah.
sense for things like this where it's like there is this drastic difference between like it's not like, oh, like for instance Fortnite's an island and they have like a basic story that goes throughout the season and like, yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like the basic just story of like the world, I guess,
Hmm.
they're in. The reason why I started playing Apex was just well, one, it was different. You have all those cool abilities. I was playing Fortnite at the time when Apex came out. Very first day Apex was released, I downloaded it and I just fell in love with all the characters. I was like searching up their backstories. I love stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
That's why and I really think Loba's story is really like it's
One is
powerful. It's
one of my things with it as well is that like I think that it's one of those things where it's always, no matter what the character is, when you build it for a season or two, it's always going to be better than just dropping a hero. And the big thing for me is that it's like the TV show Arrow. The best season of Arrow is season 2. And the reason why season 2 is because the villain is Deathstroke, who we learn and is a character all the way through season 1 and then all the way through season 2. So we literally get 2 seasons developing the character, developing the story. And with Loba, it's kind of the same thing. We have the last season with Revenant, that aspect to the story, and now it's like fully going into what's going on now. And like that's my thing. I'm like it's the way they entangle stuff is we're starting to see more of it, and it's really cool.
They said they have plans for this for the next 10 years.
See, I fucking love it. I love it because it's one of those things where, like, of course, you always hear
I don't
the.
think this game. I don't think it's ever gonna die.
Well,
I
that
mean,
like that's what I was about to bring up is the fact that everyone's like, "Oh, it's a dying
it's
game."
kind of like a TV show that we play.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of those things like and I've said it before. Like, there is no such thing as a dying game if it has fucking over 1,000 viewers on Twitch. Because if there's over 1,000 viewers, that still means that there's people playing the game, not just watching it. You know.
Right.
So I mean, it's one of those things. It may not be doing as good as other games,
As
but
long as
it's
they just don't follow what Fortnite did, I think they'll be okay.
well. That's the thing
Don't
is
change
like,
it too much, you
when
know?
that's the thing is like, I think that there's been times where they have changed it, but they've changed it, and then if it is something that like we as fans are like, oh, whoa, calm down now. They've kind of come back on it. I mean,
Yeah,
think
they
about like
definitely listen to their fan
yeah.
base
I mean, like think about
and the
like the big one.
players.
The big one is the map rotation.
Mhm.
Everybody wanted KC back. And they were like, okay,
Mhm.
well, we don't want to just get rid of this brand new map that we've been working on for 2 seasons. So how about we just give you both? Sound
Right.
cool?
Yeah.
You
I
know?
was playing when I was taking a break from Apex for a little bit, maybe I think it was season 3.
Hmm.
Um I was playing Cuisine Royale.
Yep,
And
I remember watching you play a little bit of that.
there's like the Mexico map and the Russian map. I have no idea what they are. But it would alternate between each game. Like it'd be like one game and then you're like on the Mexico map. Next game it like rotates.
Hmm.
Like I like the way Apex did it with the time.
Hmm.
That was cool.
I'm the
'Cause you
one
could sorry.
the one thing that I was gonna say is and it was one of the things that me and my friends were talking about. There was
Mhm.
like we like it. Of course, I don't think there's anyone out there that's like, oh, I don't like it. I feel like most people like it. But the thing that was kind of dumb though was that the way they introduced it was as soon as they put out a brand new event that only takes place in World's Edge.
Oh, yeah. The Bloodhound event?
Yeah, like, and of course nobody knew that was going to continue.
I think I started playing as soon as, like, the Bloodhound event dropped,
Hmm.
or as soon as I think when they said King's Canyon was back, and I was like, "Oh, yes, give me that.
Yeah, I
Let
mean,
me
like,
play that again."
well, and, like, it's one of those things. Like, and it's interesting you say that you stopped playing around season 3 because that's when I did too. I stopped playing. Let's see, I stopped playing around Halloween midway through season 2 because I was just upset and annoyed with it. I stopped playing midway through season 3 because I was upset and annoyed by it. And now that
Yeah.
I'm playing with my college buddies, it's we. This is the first time I've ever finished the battle pass.
I think I
You
think,
know?
your problem is that you didn't have, like, a lot you don't have, like, any other Xbox players to play with.
Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to, but I'm all on PS4. But I think the beginning of season 4, I was playing a lot on the PC.
Hmm.
I didn't like it, and well, mainly because my one of my good friends that I play with on PS4, we make each other better. It's not like whenever we play,
Yeah.
we dominate the lobbies. We've made each other so much better as players, and that's the people you need to play with,
Well, it's
and
funny
you have
because
fun with them too.
yeah,
So I went back to PS4 when he told me he was back,
yeah,
and
that
I haven't
makes
left since. It was April 10th. I have actually have I've been keeping tally marks of the wins I've gotten just to see, because I'm gonna post it when I fill up this page. It's gonna be ridiculous. But
that's
April
awesome.
10th is when I started season 4, and I already have 105 wins for season 4, and it's May.
Like guys, like I
So.
said in the intro, she's a beast at Apex. It's funny because I like it's funny because like I have a group chat message with the guys that I play with now. And they started as soon as we started playing together. Um,
Mhm.
they put up pictures and they send in pictures, and it's like, look at this game that I just had, and it's like 1,500 damage, 7 kills, or it's like, oh, look at this
Yeah.
game I had, and like it's funny because each one of us have that game kind of without each other, but then when we play with each other, it's kind of a little bit of a. It takes a while for us to kind of get going because we each have drastically different styles. So
Mhm.
that's kind of fun. But then like there are games where like yeah we all pop off, or there's a game where like for instance like the game that I had yesterday where I popped off, and
Yeah.
it's I've had more fun with season 4 playing with a consistent group of
Yeah.
guys, and it being guys that like
Mhm.
I went to college with, I played football with, I lived with these guys, I ate with these guys. Basically, if you wanted to know where one of us were, just find all of us because we were all together, sort of thing.
Right, yeah.
Um, but I've had so much fun with it, and like I'm excited for season 5
Yeah, I
because
think
well,
I think each season sorry,
no,
what?
no, go ahead.
Each season, pretty much, except for like when the game first dropped out, I was playing like every day.
Mm,
But each season I ended up taking like a month-long break. I don't
yep.
know if it's because I'm in school right now for this year I've been in school, so I haven't been really playing much, and I've been playing the hunting game.
Hmm.
So
When that's
and I
and
was getting a
that's
lot of viewers for that, so I took a break from Apex. I actually I think I announced on my Instagram saying I'm gonna take a break
hmm
from battle royale games because I wasn't having fun
yeah. I
anymore.
think I
But
actually sent you a message when I saw that.
each season I come back, but season 4 was fun, and I haven't stopped playing. I've been playing every single day, and I have not gotten tired of the game.
Yeah, I
Like, I've
mean
been playing
it's
for, like, 10 hours,
but like
not tired of it.
and I agree with you. It's
And I think
like
I'm back for good, you
what I
know?
mean season what because what we had season 0 technically where everybody was just playing the
Yeah,
game. Then we had
yeah.
season 1 where there wasn't any challenges. It was just a battle pass. That
Right,
season
yeah.
was a nightmare. I think I played enough to be able to get the caustic skin, and then I stopped playing. Um,
It was season 3 where I didn't get to finish the season 3 battle pass, and I'm really upset about it.
the only
That's the only battle pass I didn't
See,
finish.
this so I'm the opposite. This is the only battle pass that I have finished is season 4 because
I think
every other season
yeah,
I get to about like the midway point of the season, and of course I wasn't playing with friends
and you
then.
take a break, yeah.
Well, I was like I was
Or
getting
just
to
get off.
I was getting into games, and it was like lasting 10. Like I have fucking 3 kills, both my teammates have 0. I have 500 damage, and I can't do anything, and I'm just getting mad and mad and mad and mad and mad, and eventually I'm just like, you know what, fuck this. I'm not gonna play this if I'm getting mad, and that's what I was
Right,
doing, and I just stopped playing it. But now, with having these guys, at least if I'm getting mad, I'm still having a little bit of fun because I'm playing with them. You know.
right.
Um.
I think the main reason with season 3 why I got off, I just wasn't having fun on World's Edge. I just didn't like the
I
map to
think.
begin with. I was doing horrible, and I
Well, and
was
I
just
think it
mad that they took
was,
away King's Canyon, so
and I think
I don't know.
I think the big thing with that was just like, for instance, like Fortnite changed the map over time, right? Like they didn't do anything huge. They just kind of changed bits and pieces, and then bam, season 2 or chapter 2, here's a brand new map. Apex kind of
Mhm.
was just like, you know what, fuck you. We're doing 2 years and then we're doing a brand new map, and I think that with a lot of the people that kind of were used to just kind of small changes, they weren't ready for a big giant map change sort of thing,
Yeah.
because like I loved World's Edge. As
We
soon as World
kinda
Edge
got in
came
our
out, I
first
was
little map change in season 2 with Battle Charge,
hmm
and then, like, I think they're Leviathans, is that what they're
yep.
called?
Yeah, the Leviathans, yeah.
Destroying the map.
Yeah, the giant
Uh,
dinosaurs, yeah.
Rest in peace, Cascades. I miss that place. That was my place I landed every single game.
See,
Uh,
that's the other thing for me is that like so in KC I didn't have those places.
yeah.
I didn't have like, like I'm going to fucking this or I'm going to there. Like yeah, I liked going artillery, I liked going air base, but it wasn't like no, we go here every game.
Yeah.
And so when World's Edge happened, I kind of found those places like Dome and I can't think of the fucking name of it now. Outlook, I think it is. No, those are like our 2 main landing places if we're playing. And it's like
Mhm.
we're gonna fucking do
I like
well.
Geyser.
Oh, Geezer, as my boy Sturge calls it,
Geezer?
Geezer. Um, but yeah, no, I mean it's just like I'm I'm hoping that like because of course they're gonna do events and everything. I'm hoping that when they do it, they do so. Like we're going back to KC. That's gonna be the main map, I think, with
Yeah, and
Rose
then the
Edge being the
quests are
secondary.
happening at night. They didn't wanna
Hmm.
get rid of the night stuff,
What
which
I'm,
makes sense because the prowlers, I think, are
yeah.
night-related animals.
I'm my big thing is like
Nocturnal
I'm
is the word?
hoping, yeah, nocturnal. I'm hoping that when they do an event, because of course we always have those events where they like change a little
It'll probably be
area.
on like World's Edge.
Well, I'm hoping that like, so we go to KC, they do, because normally what, there's 2 a season or something like that, or like there's 1. So like do 1 on one map and then do 1 on the other.
Right.
You know, just then that way it's like we're not just forgetting the other
Balanced.
map.
Yeah.
You know, because that's my big worry with it,
Mhm.
is forgetting the other map. You know, because
Yeah.
like we
That's what I thought Kings Canyon was gone. Like I was upset. I was like, "Where? Why? Bring it back now."
I'm intrigued to see what happens with the
I think
quests.
we're gonna be getting a third map
See,
season 6.
I was saying to my buddies about it. I would love it if we had 3 maps and every 2 hours it switches between maps. I think that would be fucking sick.
Yeah, that would be nice.
You know, um,
Because
but so
I think what's gonna happen is like these we're gonna get like these cutscenes in the story.
hmm,
It's gonna like lead to all the little things are gonna lead to where I can't is I don't know if I can pronounce this. The simulacrum? Is that how you say it?
oh
Simulacrum.
the
I
simulacrum or
can't. I
something
don't
like that.
know. I
Yeah.
can't say it. I think that's where it's gonna be on that map because it was transferring. And if you've seen the Loba trailer, transferring from the planet that Kings Canyon is placed on, and
Hmm.
then to the other one.
It's going to
Can't.
Octane's.
I don't remember the name of it. It's like
I think it's Octane's homeworld is the,
me. I don't know.
and I think it's the second time
Yeah.
they've mentioned it now too, because I think they mentioned it um when World's Edge, when no when the tower went down in KC, I think they announced it. They're like that was a
Right.
possible place that they could go, was like Octane's home planet, like that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm also wondering, I know you sent me that video, the guy explaining the quest things,
Hmm.
but on that website or on the Apex website, they they say once the legends find out Loba's truth or like her like the truth behind what she's doing, there's gonna be sides, like alliances and stuff. So I think it's gonna be interesting. They're gonna like maybe make it where we can't play with certain people, like certain legends, like can't play with each other.
I mean, I could kind of see that. I mean, what? I
That'd be
mean,
kind of cool.
of course,
Um,
I'm gonna do
because I
some
know I'm
looking right now.
sure
So.
that Loba and Crypto would like be alliance together because Crypto wants doesn't want he's trying to destroy the games.
Hmm.
Loba wants to destroy Ham and Robotics, which is pretty much the all about the games, I
Well, I mean,
think.
it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, like I'm looking right now, so it's like we got 12 heroes, we got 12 legends before
Mm.
Loba, so Loba would be legend 13. So let's say season 6 happens, we have 15 legends, right? Am I right there, or did I just no 14? We have 14 legends, right? They could
Right.
easily make it so that, like, yeah, like if like person 1 picks Caustic, okay, like Lifeline doesn't work with Caustic, this one doesn't work with Caustic, this one,
Yeah.
and they really could kind of do like a kind of like an alliance thing with that many heroes,
Yeah.
um. And that's always my thing as well. Is like I'm interested to see how they're gonna play the Legends thing, because like one a season's cool. I would love to death if we got 2 in one season. I think that'd be fucking sick. I would love it if
So what
this,
season?
like, if we got 2 a season, if we got 2 Legends a season, I think that'd be sick.
Oh,
And
so many people.
I'm hoping that it would be really cool to see Forge come back in the mid-season split.
Maybe. It
Just
would be
well,
nice if they had two a season, like to start off, because I think when one legend is new and they bring them to the into the beginning of the season, it's just like everyone's gonna be picking that person,
mhm.
and it's not really balanced, you know?
Well, so that's kind of why I like the idea
If there was
of
2, and then people could choose between those 2 new legends instead of
exactly.
one person every
And like
season.
for me, I like the idea of having one at the beginning and then the middle, because then what you
Maybe
can do
yeah.
is you can then, it's that thing where like the story kind of goes like, what I mean, we get the beginning of the season where we get all the story, and then we got to wait till the end of the season to get more story. If you put one in the middle there, you can kind of slowly advance the story by just doing little things, and it has to, like, it's 1 or 2 trailers, and they're very small trailers, and I think like from the reason why I bring up Forge is because I think that would bring up a unique aspect with Forge would want um payback on Revenant, Loba wants payback on Revenant, so then there could even be a rift there between those two. Because it's like, no, I'm gonna kill him because he tried to kill me, and instead he killed my body double, or
Mm-hmm.
um, I always think, and also the other thing is like I think more legends in the game would help the game more. It's the same thing
Yeah.
with I think it's the same thing with Overwatch. The more
Because
characters in Overwatch,
you won't see a bunch of the same people.
exactly, and it just increases the kind of like the intelligence of the players because now it's like, okay, shit, there's a crypto drone, and it's like, fuck, I haven't seen a crypto in like 4 days. It's like, what the fuck does he do again? Like you
Yeah.
kind of got it. And it's one of those things like there's times when like I'm sitting there and it's like I'll be playing like Reinhardt in Overwatch and suddenly I'm getting like knocked around the map by a Doomfist and I'm like, fuck, I haven't seen a Doomfist in 3 weeks. It's like, how do I stop this again? Like,
I haven't played Overwatch in so long. I think I played it like around when it first came out.
I recently
So
took a little bit of a break
I don't
from it.
remember anything from Overwatch really.
Yeah, it's changed a lot since then too. Um, but so future stuff. What's some future stuff that you're interested about with that you hope to see at some point here in Apex?
Um, hmm. I
'Cause-
don't really know. I probably will know when this is all over because I can't think of things that fast. But
Well, so like say, for me, I want to see more, and apparently we're supposed to get it. I want to see more connection between Apex Legends and Titanfall because I played Titanfall 2 and I
yeah,
loved the
I
game.
never played Titanfall, so I don't
I
really know much about
so
like
I
all of
highly
that.
suggest buying Titanfall 2 because Titanfall 2 has a campaign mode
Hmm.
and it's a it's a great story to it, and it's funny because
I do
like
not want to see more energy weapons. I'm sorry, I just saw your chat. Mm-mm. I don't know. There's something about me and energy weapons just don't get
well,
along.
so John is kind of like old school me, where like I used to rock double energy weapons back when the devotion and the charge rifle were
That
energy.
oh, mhm.
Um, yeah, John loves the energy weapons. And that's one of the things I was going to bring up though is the fact that like so in Titanfall 2 there's the R201 and
There's only 2 in the game now, but
yeah,
they
see that like
it's
that's
because they changed some of those to
mhm.
snipers, but they were energy weapons, and every gun they've added has been an energy weapon. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing that out.
um
I get it. I get it. But
Um, yeah, so like I started using the R201 in Titanfall 2, and it's like if you see me doing well in Apex right now, you can almost guarantee that I have a 301 because I was
the
playing.
301 is nasty.
Well, but that's the thing though. Like I used to be bad with it, and then like I said, I started
Mhm.
playing Titanfall 2, and there's a 201 on there, and I started using that, and I kind of got the aiming and like moving down a little bit better. So now on Apex, like it's kind of transferred over. But like I would love to see some of the lore continue, and they said that it will. But like, and I've talked to you about this. I want to see Blisk. I want to see Blisk in the games. I want to see the CEO, the dude who created the games, the mercenary. I want
Yeah.
to see him in the games. I think that would be fucking cool if he's
I'm just
just.
really excited for another female character,
Oh, agreed. Agreed.
and Loba was a good one.
Oh yeah. Um.
They did an amazing job on her design. I think I was looking up something and I was seeing the data miners who had pulled Rosie out
Hmm.
and everyone thought that was gonna be Loba. And it was like this picture of this girl with that like the skinny robot arm. I was like, that character looks
Yeah.
does not
No.
look that good
Well,
compared
like,
to
and
what
that's
they
when
actually dropped.
it's funny because like there's a bunch of them that kind of look a little bit like you know.
Like I think the drawings of Revenant, like people found that Revenant does not look like that.
Yeah. No. Not at all. I mean, like that's one of the other reasons why I'm excited for Blisk. Like if he ever happens, is because like we've seen him in Titanfall 2. We've seen him.
Wasn't he in the intro for the beginning
Yep.
for the game?
He was
That was
in.
him
Yep.
that was slamming the knife down?
Yeah, he slammed the knife into the newspaper and then he threw the like the Apex Legends card down. Yeah.
Okay.
So the funny thing is, and so when he throws that card down, it's a throwback to in Titanfall 2 at the end of the game. I won't fully say what happens, but at the end of the game, he jumps onto your mech and he says about like, hey, you're lucky that, as a mercenary, I haven't been paid to do this. So he pulls out a card and he throws it down onto the mech window so you can see it. and it's an Apex Legends card. Because the
Hmm.
Legends are the Apex Legends are a group of mercenaries. So he throws the card down like, if you wanted to, like if you want to find us, this is where we are. This is how you get in touch with me,
Mhm.
sort of thing. So it was kind of like, it was a nice throwback to that. But
Right.
I
Yeah.
love everything about Blisk, because it's just that, it's like, you kill me, you're better. But if I kill you, I'm better. And that's his mentality. I just fucking love. You know.
Right.
Um, I want to
So
see
would you rather see Blisk or Forge
Blisk.
join this
Blisk.
season if that was
I
a
love
thing that was
Forge.
happening?
I love Forge, and I do want to see Forge at some point, because I think it would be interesting to have a character that, like, when you melee, it does more damage with just him. I think that
Mhm.
would be interesting to have in a game like this. But I'm a Blisk. I want Blisk. Like, the more I've looked into it, and the more, like, after playing Titanfall 2, finding out who Blisk is, doing, like, looking
Mhm.
up stuff about him. I want him, because I think it's a story thing, but it's one of those things where it's like, when you start hearing rumors about a legend or a character in a game, and immediately you connect with them.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel with Blisk. Is like, that's my dude. Like, as soon as he comes out, I don't care what his abilities are. I don't care how tough it is to play him. I'm maining Blisk.
That's how I felt with Loba.
Yeah.
I didn't care if her abilities were crap. I was gonna main her when I first saw her.
Um.
I said that about Watson as well, but her abilities were actually I can't. I think it's just because she's such like a defensive character, and I'm an aggressive player.
Yeah. Was
So
it's funny
I couldn't
because
play her anymore.
like, I switched from, as you know, I used to be a really big Caustic main, and I
Mhm.
recently switched from Caustic to Watson, because I feel like I can be more aggressive but also be more passive at the same time. Where with Caustic, I was just being too aggressive.
Right. Yes.
So it's kind of funny seeing that, like, how I kind of switched with it. Where it's like, I'm still aggressive,
Yes.
but um. I'm excited for more hero stuff. I'm excited to figure out what the lore is more. Like I said, I just want
Me
to see.
too.
I
I'm
want to
so
see.
excited. I think May 19th is when the first quest drops.
Ooh.
So we have it's I think that's cool. Like they're making you like you have to like log in every day
Hmm.
to find these treasure packs. And I
And
like the treasure packs
so
because you
I
can get crafting medals,
and I found out that if you don't get one day,
whatever
you can
things.
buy them.
Yeah, it's like for 25 Apex coins.
See, I don't now. Was it Apex coins, or was it the red tokens?
I don't. They said AC. I'm assuming that's
Fuck.
Apex coins.
Yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the dick then.
Well, you get like 150 in like the battle pass for like
Yeah, I
every
know.
like
I
5
just
level, or is it 10 levels?
I like spending that on Apex packs.
Yeah, I already have. We'll have to see. Um, well, you'll get Apex packs from those treasure packs too.
Yeah,
You can
that is
get
true.
those.
That
That
is
is
true.
so. I think they're like making it where you can like get more things.
Yeah, and I like that, because, like, I was saying to I was saying to my buddies and everything, like, for a little bit there, for like a month period, I think, whenever I got crafting medals, I bought a common quip for Caustic,
Hmm.
because you can't get.
I've been saving my crafting medals for legendary
Oh,
skin, and I had already saved them up before Loba. I had even seen Loba. So I was like, "Oh Lord, I'm saving these for either a
Mhm.
skin or the finisher. I don't know which one yet.
Well, like, so, like,
We'll
I was
see.
doing it for
I
the
gotta look at
commons.
everything."
I was buying the common quips because, unlike other games in Apex, you can't get doubles. So if I buy
Mhm.
all the common stuff, then technically I can't get it when I
Oh
open up
yeah,
packs.
that makes sense.
That
Yeah.
that was my thinking, and then, like, after spending a month and buying like maybe 20 quips for just Caustic, I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm done with this shit. I'm just gonna save all this, you know.
And I like
Um,
that they added back that every 2 levels you get an Apex pack.
yes, I do. I love
That
that
is
too,
nice.
because there was
It's
a
kind of like Advanced Warfare. Did you ever play Advanced Warfare?
yes, actually, my Xbox is the Advanced Warfare
Oh,
version.
nice.
Yep.
That's actually my favorite Call of Duty. No one at me, but
But let's put it like this: I played that, and I would never played really a shooter up until that point. So I started like playing it,
Yeah.
and it was back like, and of course that
Singles, I
like,
said, "Don't at me."
well, there's like I was going through the training in the like campaign mode, and it's like press this for this, press that for this, press this for that, press this for that, and I'm sitting there like this is too many buttons. Like, nope, I'm done with this. I'm
I
not
don't
playing this
know.
anymore.
I liked it. Um, y'all are all lame. I liked it. It was like the where they like change stuff. I didn't like the Infinite Warfare. That was terrible. Uh, but like when you like leveled up, you get like those drops.
Mhm.
It was
Well,
it was nice.
and it was nice to see them bring that back, considering that for a while with the level cap, you hit level 100, you stayed at 100, and you never got
Yes,
anything.
I'm glad they got they added up to 500. I'm
Yeah,
excited to see if this season they're gonna make it where it's like to 1,000.
I mean, I feel like they have to because like they're just like
Can you
the
imagine
amount of
being
people
a
that I
level
see.
1,000?
Well, that's the thing is
They
like
have to.
the amount of people that I see level 400 or 500 right now when I'm
Yeah,
playing
it's a
is
lot.
unreal. You
I'm
know,
only level 267 right now.
I mean,
I would
I'm
have been more if I never took a break from this
yeah.
game, but I took way too many breaks, and I'm
Well,
a
like
little disappointed in myself
for
because
instance,
I would be up
like
there.
my buddies who just started playing for season 4, they're all like
Mhm,
mid-level 100s now
mhm.
in one season.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for people like you and me who've been playing, like, yeah, we've taken breaks, but like, yeah, we're level 2 something, but like you know, we're still, you know, we're like middle of the pack. You know, there are people that 3, 4. You know what? Prowler just hit level 300, didn't he?
400.
Oh, for you 4?
Mhm.
Jesus. But like, yeah, so you know, there, you know, um,
Right.
yeah. So all right, so unless you want to talk more about Loba, I was going to say we can move on. Move on.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna move on to deer hunting. Okay, so
Yes.
it's deer hunting. Okay, so I live up in the sticks, so of course I'm used to hunting in general. And some of this will just go to hunting in general as well. By the way. Um,
Yeah,
so
I've only had experience with deer hunting, so I
okay.
know more about deer hunting, I think,
So
than
of course
anything else.
the first thing I wrote here, because of course some people don't understand it. So the first thing I wrote was a why. So I'm just gonna let you just kind of, you know, why do you go deer hunting?
Well, so I grew up in Mississippi. I've lived there for like 20 years. I didn't move there till 2 years ago. Moved from there. That's the right word. Um, so I didn't grow up with the hunting family. Like no one in my family hunted before.
Hmm.
When I was my parents had a babysitter for me and my sister. And she's like kind of like a really fun, cool aunt now.
Yeah.
Like she had her granddaughter is 1 year younger than me, and her dad, so the person that took care of me,
Hmm.
uh so her son took me hunting one time, I think when I was like 13. Um, and the very first time I went hunting, I killed a deer, and
Damn.
it was it was just amazing how it was just so amazing. The outdoors, just sitting out there for a long time. I'm one of those people that stands still. I don't
You know,
can't
like
stand when people like tap their foot and stuff. They're just so antsy. They have to walk around.
I'm currently
I
doing that
can't,
right now, by the way.
I'm really glad I can't see that because I'd be so mad. It's just a sensory thing I have. But I don't know, just like being outside, just sitting there, it's just like really calming for me. Um,
Well, I guess that's been the tough one for me because, like, of course, like I said, I'm up
mhm,
in the sticks. You know, hunting is a big thing up here, and I've gone hunting. I think 3 times. I think if I remember correctly, with my father and my grandfather. And every time I went, I couldn't sit still. I couldn't I couldn't do it. I don't really have the patience
right,
to
yeah.
just kind of sit there and wait and wait and wait. You know, like my dad's told me stories before where it's like they've gone out and it's like they don't see anything, you know, for, you know, eight
Yeah, even if I
hours
don't
and they
see
just
anything,
sat
it's
in a
still
spot and it's like
it's still calming for me.
I
It's just
can
exciting.
I can understand the calming part because there was an aspect of that, just being out in the woods, kind of just listening to the sounds of the woods. Because of course you're not trying to talk or have
Yeah.
like a ton of sound or anything.
Yeah,
Um,
koala. I had never held a gun either before when I was 13, and I killed my like first deer. It was.
so
It's
there's a
like
fishing boat.
when you kill a deer, you get adrenaline. It's
Yeah.
like I feel bad because I love animals, but I don't know.
Well, again,
It's
that's
just like something. I don't know.
when that's I've
I
a
don't really.
thing
I
about
can't
that.
explain it. I can't explain how I feel about it. It's like mixed emotions, but it's just like really fun. Hi,
Oh,
Athena.
yeah, I was gonna say, hi Athena.
Hi, Athena.
Um, yeah, no, I mean,
Miss you.
I get that too, but like for me, it's the thing of like it's kind of I know people up here that like they go hunting, they use everything. They use they use the fur, they use the bones, they use all the meat, and like
Yeah.
it's like I know a few people up here that like that's what they do. Like they'll hunt like turkey. They go fishing. They hunt
Yeah.
deer, and that's all they eat though. They don't go out and buy their food. They eat. They actually like live
Yeah.
off of that.
I love deer meat. I love it. I'm really upset because for the past 4 years now, I haven't been able to kill a deer, and it has been the worst.
Well, that kind of answers the last thing I have here written that says, "Can I get some jerky?" And that's a big old X right through that.
Listen, if I get one next season, I'm
I think
sending
I was gonna
some
say,
jerky. I think someone asked me for that last season.
yeah, that was me.
That was you? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've already, yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I totally get the whole like it's a calming thing, and like I think Dingles wrote it in here a little bit in the go where it's like I can sit there for fishing but hunting nope, and I can kind of like there's something about that too where it's just like fishing is kind of like almost hearing the sound of wherever you're at, like the water moving,
Yes, like hearing all the nature is just amazing.
and that's the thing that I think people don't. It's very. I'm trying to think of the right way to say it because like I don't want to say like primal or primitive because those aren't the right words. It's very kind of almost soothing to an extent.
Relaxing.
Yeah, relaxing, soothing. Like I want to say for some reason I want to say cathartic, but I'm honestly not sure what that means. But I feel like that's the right word, but I don't know. John, you're smart. Help me out. Um, but just like going out in the woods and kind of just listening to nature and doing that whole thing. There's something to it that like you can't get from you know like playing a game or
Right, yeah.
watching a TV.
The game that I played, the Hunter Call of the Wild, it can only do so much. It does not beat going outside and actually doing it for real.
Um, and that's one of the things as well that I've written here that I think is an interesting one that I'll bring up here in a minute. But yeah, no, because yeah, I've seen you play like what is it called, Hunter Call of the Wild, right?
Mhm.
Um, I've seen you play that and you're shooting a pistol, at like 75 meters and killing a rabbit, and I'm sitting there like I don't know about that there, boss.
I don't think I
Um,
could do that. I don't think I could kill a rabbit in real life.
I have you ever had rabbit?
Mm-mm.
I have. My grandfather used to get rabbit in England from one of the hunters that were in the town every now and then, and we'd make up like a rabbit stew almost, and it was really good. It's a weird one that I always bring up.
Koala, if you like those, I definitely think you would like deer meat.
Yes, big time. Deer, like
It's so good. It's actually
for me,
healthy. It's like the healthier meat too. It's so good.
I'm so this is the weirdness that I am though. I can have deer, I can have moose, I can have caribou, I can eat like all. As soon as you put like buffalo meat in front of me though, I can't do it.
I've never had that.
You never had
I
buffalo?
think the most exotic thing I've had was elk,
Let's see. I've had caribou, moose, deer,
which was
turkey, like
amazing.
fresh turkey, rabbit, gator.
I've
Um,
never had gator, even though the fair is always selling gator on a stick.
that's awesome.
I've never tried it though. People say it tastes like chicken. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah, it
know.
does. I've had an ostrich egg. That's fucking crazy. Getting an ostrich egg. It's like fucking like 5 eggs and just one egg. It's nuts. Um, yeah. So No, I like and like it's one of like I'm trying to think of other stuff to say other than this last one that I have written here for deer hunting.
Um, I have some more things to say about it.
Okay, good.
Uh, so the reason why I haven't been able to like get a deer the past like few years is because one, I don't come from a hunting family, so like it's not like my dad can just like we don't have land, so
Yeah.
and I would go I would go onto public land like, but it's just so dangerous especially being alone
Hmm.
because I don't have any friends my age or anything that would take me hunting. So I know my my cousin actually hunts, but he only hunts like once a year. And I've also moved away from Mississippi where I do hunt. So I'm not there during the season all the time. Especially last year I was in Florida, so I didn't get to go hunting it like only once. Um uh yeah. So I guess that's all I got.
What I was gonna
I
say,
don't know.
like the last thing I had here written down was message to haters. So like the people that are like, "How dare you go hunt pure innocent
I'm sorry, but
animals?"
if
And
do you wanna they are overpopulated. Um if there wasn't deer hunting, you'd see deer literally walking the streets and getting run over all the time, and that causes car accidents and people die. So
mhm,
I'm sorry, but no,
yeah,
deer hunting is here to stay.
when it's one of those things where it's like I feel like there's so many misconceptions with it because of course like you see all the misconceptions with guns and stuff as well,
I
and
think it's
hunting.
people who like it's like when you hunt and you get like a buck or something, and people post it online. People are like really offended by that.
Yeah, I'd like why?
It's a,
Like
I mean, it's
who the fuck cares? Like you know,
a trophy.
yeah. Well, my thing with it is like, I was
I
like,
still eat the meat. I eat the meat.
yeah.
Ooh. Oh, another thing. My favorite thing that I do get when I kill a deer is oh, it's the best. Pepper jack cheese sausage. It's like deer sausage with
Ooh.
pepper jack cheese in the middle. Oh my god,
Mmm.
dude. That is you would have to get that
I don't
over the
think
turkey.
I don't think I've.
And the tamales. Oh my god, deer meat tamales.
I mean, y'all, y'all,
Woo!
y'all, y'all heard it here
So
first,
mad.
guys. Eventually, at some point here, I will be doing a eating review of the deer
Next
that.
season, next season.
There you go. See, done. Um,
Next season I'm gonna get a deer because I can drive to Mississippi from where I'm at now. I can go more than I could last year.
well, like, and I think that, like, of
And
course, like,
also when I went to go hunting this season,
mhm.
when I was in Mississippi, it literally rained for the entire week I was there. It was a monsoon.
I was gonna say you
The entire
did.
place was flooded.
Weren't you live streaming as well at one point?
I was on Instagram Live, and I actually
Because I
I'm
think me and
so mad.
Athena
You
were
wanna
there.
know why? I'm so mad at myself because there was actually a pretty decent I was only allowed to shoot a doe. There was a huge
Oh,
buck that I saw, and I was like, "Oh my god." I couldn't shoot him because I'm not allowed to shoot bucks on this guy's property that I was on, and then, a nice doe walked out in front of me, and I should have shot it. That was my chance to shoot it and to get deer meat this year, and I just thought it was too small. I didn't wanna kill a deer that was too small, but
yeah.
it has been so long that I actually had seen, like, an actual good doe that it that I thought it was small, and it wasn't. It was actually a pretty good size. I didn't realize that till after, and I'm so mad, and I just I've been craving deer meat for, like, the past 3 years, and I haven't had any, so that's my little rant.
Yeah. Hello, eat it. Hello.
What's up?
My thing with it is like it's one of those things. It's like when people get upset about like, oh my god, that guy posted a deer up on Facebook. It's like, all right, you know what, Linda, turn your fucking Facebook off for a day. How about that? It's not fucking hurting anybody. And like you said, like one, they're overpopulated, and two, it's not just like I'm gonna be like, you know what, guys, I'm gonna go get my rifle. I'm gonna walk out in the woods and shoot me a deer right now.
And then
No,
they walk away, no.
that's not how it
Yeah.
fucking works. You have to
I mean,
get
there are
fucking
hunters that just go out, shoot, and then walk away. They don't even pick
yeah,
up the meat or anything. It's just like,
yeah. No,
I
like
don't like those
if
kind of hunters.
agreed. I'm
Because like what
from.
you can do too, you can donate that meat to
Mhm.
shelters and stuff, like homeless shelters. It's
I'm from. I'm from part of. There's a. I think it's an uncle, but I could be wrong.
eat it.
Part of my family
I
is
love you.
Native American.
Shut up.
So he taught me when I first moved here. Like when we go hunting, we use everything. Nothing goes wasted. Like that sort of thing. And immediately, like, and of course, my grandfather's like that. My father's like that. I'm like sold. Like, okay, you know. Yeah, no. If you don't like it, just shut the fuck up and you know. It's
I
that
have no
simple.
idea what you just said right there because like
Oh, I cut
muted,
out.
but
I said if you don't like it, just shut the fuck up and move on. It's kind of that simple.
facts.
So moving on now. Topic 3: Star Wars. Da 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 da. How were you introduced to Star Wars? I always find it interesting finding out how people were introduced to Star Wars. Also, hold up a second. Spectre, I do not want to become famous. Fuck you. Okay, moving on. How were you introduced to Star Wars? Sorry, I had to do
All
that real quick.
right. It was like 3, 4 years ago.
Oh wow.
I shoot. I got distracted by whatever's going on in the chat right now.
Yeah, right.
uh
Well,
it was like Thanksgiving like 4 years ago. My favorite teacher, um, she told me that she watched she's like a big Star Wars fan, and I've always heard about it, and I knew my brother, my half brother is really into Star Wars. And I was like, I need to watch this eventually, and I like messaged my friend who also watched it, and he told me like which ones to watch in order because honestly I didn't even know.
okay.
Um and I watched from the originals. So technically episode 1, but it's called episode 3 now.
Yeah.
So episodes 3, 4, and 5, I watched them in one night and instantly fell in love. And it was actually the year that The Force Awakens came out. So it was like it's like a month
Okay.
before The Force Awakens came out. So I fell in love with the Star Wars the originals. A lot of people say they watched like the prequels first
Hmm.
and they felt I didn't watch the prequels till this year actually. So I was like, I've watched the prequels 1 and 2, but I never actually got to watch 3. I don't know, the very first one, like the prequel 1 just took me forever to watch because of Jar Jar being Jar
What?
Jar,
Well,
not
you don't
a
like
fan.
you don't like Darth Jar Jar. Um.
Hmm.
So for me, I was a kid and I went over to
All
my
right, I'm gonna
uncle's
have to
house.
argue with Big John.
Oh, I yeah. I was a kid.
7 through 9 was amazing.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be talking about that one then. Um, I was a kid in England, and I went over to my uncle's house, and he was watching it, and I'd never seen it, and it was the fifth one, and like I started watching it, and he like my mom and dad were like, "Hey, we gotta go," and I was like, "But I'm watching Star Wars." And they were like, "You're doing what?" And my uncle literally like took the disc, like took the C, no, not the CD, the VHS out, gave me all three of them, and said, "Bring them back next week," like that sort of
Oh,
thing. And that's
that's
how
nice.
I was like introduced to it through my um, uncle. But so we have a thing going on in chat right now, trying to figure out
Yeah, so
what's going
Koala,
on.
I agree.
So here's
So I think 3 was the best out of those prequels.
two.
Um, but 4 through 9, yes. I love all 4 through 9.
So my
And I
thing
like
is,
the in-between stories as well. Those are
so my
also good.
thing is like I liked of course I think it's hard to find people that don't like 4 through 6.
But I also watched Clone Wars,
So that's
which
the
is
thing.
between episodes 2
Two
and
and three,
3,
yeah.
and
So
I'm obsessed with Clone Wars.
I didn't like episode 1. I
Me
loved
either.
episode 2.
Maybe took me like 3 years to watch episode 1.
I loved episode 2. I thought episode 2 was fucking awesome because of the
Episode
clones.
2 was great the second half, I think. I think the first half, it just was so
It's
cringy because
it's that well, it's one of those things like
Anakin was so cringy in that one.
well,
I couldn't
you
deal.
gotta get over the whole sand thing, like it's like that. Like I was just kind of sitting there, and
Yeah,
I'm like, okay,
of
just
course.
ignore it. I hate
It gets
sand.
everywhere.
It's everywhere. Foreshadowing. Um,
Yeah.
but 3 I thought was good.
3
4.
was good. I did
So
like
this is
3.
my thing. 7 is a exact copy of 4, but for a new generation.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
dumb.
Mm.
In my opinion, that's dumb. Like there's a lot of things that I like about Star Wars that they recently did. I loved Kylo Ren. Thank you for the host, Prowler. I appreciate it. I love you. I hope you're feeling well. I loved Kylo Ren. There's a lot of things though. Like, of course, I haven't fully seen everything as well. That's the other thing for the new ones. But what I have seen, I haven't liked.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly the fact of if it really does, and I mean, it's you can kind of tell there was no true. This is what we're gonna do for episodes 7, 8, and 9. It was more of this is what we're gonna
Yeah.
do for 7. Oh shit, we can't get that guy back. Okay, dude, you come in. Oh, you want to do something completely different? Oh, okay. Oh, you don't want to come back? No. Oh, okay. Hey, 7, you want? Oh, now you're gonna come back? Okay, and you're gonna change. Okay, you're gonna change everything. Cool.
Yeah. I think episode 8, Last Jedi. Uh, I mean, I liked it. I like the new generation because I like the characters, but
hmm
I think they could have left some things out.
I
In
well,
episode 9, fixed everything that was wrong in episode 8. That's why I like episode 9 so much. And there was some things at the end of episode 9 I wish would have changed, but like I really
I
wanted to see Force Ghosts
I
when, and I'm not spoiling anything. It's already out on Disney Plus. If y'all haven't watched any of this, then sorry.
yeah no. I mean, yeah.
You literally had so long to
If
watch
if
this.
if you're coming if you're coming here for non spoilers, you might as well just leave. Um,
Yeah.
no. Well, my thing was
Well,
like
I really liked episode. I saw it like 6 times in theaters. I spent
I
so much money.
I my big pet peeve
Mhm.
with all of the new ones, big pet peeve, was fucking Princess Leia suddenly Supermaning through
Yeah.
space.
That was weird.
You know,
Well,
it's like it was
no,
just it
well,
was the
she had the Force in her, and
no
she was actually
no
trained by
no
Luke.
no. She's dead.
She
She was dead. That ship
mm,
exploded. She's dead. There is no I'm now Superman. I'm gonna zip through space. You know, like no, I saw that and immediately I'm like I'm done. Like I'm nope. I was like I'm done. Like I loved
yeah.
I
I wish I could have seen what Princess Leia's story actually would have been if
mm-hmm
Carrie Fisher hadn't had passed away.
true.
Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher.
And
But
I would agree with you on that. My
like
thing with
maybe
that,
like make a book. I would love to read what the actual story would have been.
oh yeah, well
Like
like,
what they had in plan for her
and I want to see what
and her character.
because I mean, what was it? Was it Abrams? Abrams did the first one, did 7
Yeah.
and 9, right?
Yes.
And then Rian
Um,
Johnson did 2, or the yeah 2, whatever. We know what we're saying. The second one,
the second of
yeah,
the
another new trilogy, yeah. Um, I would find it interesting if there was a book that says what JJ's full plan was for 7, 8, and 9, but then also see what Rian's like plans were for 8 and 9.
mhm.
You
Yeah,
know, because and that
that'd be
like
interesting.
that's my big thing with it is like I thought there was a lot of really cool things, but the fact that for Marvel, I mean not Marvel, Disney, um,
Same thing.
yeah, exactly. The fact that Disney didn't have it like agreed, you're doing this, this, and this. That was weird, and it made it feel to me. It made it feel like Star Wars. They didn't give a fuck about Star Wars. That's how I took it.
Yeah.
Because like you see, and it's like we have this full plan for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we got fucking 15 years worth of stuff, and we have all this stuff planned out, and no matter what, there's all of this and blah blah blah. Blah. You know, and it's like okay, cool, mouse, like awesome. And then it's like Star Wars, yeah, we don't know what we're doing. We're just gonna kind of do this one here and this one there, and that's how I felt with it. And it was like it kind of
Yeah.
made it feel like Star Wars didn't matter. And I'm sitting there like I will take a Star Wars movie over a Marvel movie every fucking day of the week, like.
Well, I'm actually a big fan of Marvel as
I
well.
know you are, and I'm just, we know I'm not. Um,
Yeah, you're DC.
yeah. Um,
The only DC movies I've ever watched was Wonder Woman
yeah, there's a lot of people. There was one of the guys that I work with was
and
arguing with
one of
me.
the Superman versus Batman or something like that. I don't know what it was.
Yeah. One of the kids that I work with was arguing with me
Justice League.
about how Wonder Woman wasn't a good movie, but Thor Ragnarok is the best movie of all time.
Oh,
And
no, I don't even. I'm a Marvel fan, and I hated Thor Ragnarok. Hated it.
I'm
I
sitting
hated that
there,
movie.
and I'm looking at this kid that's all of
Wonder
5'5",
Woman was
110
amazing.
pounds. And so this was his thing. This was his whole thing. And
Oh
I'm
Lord.
sorry to get off the fucking rant of the trail
No,
now,
it's
but
no, it's all right.
his whole thing was this: is that like the very end of the movie ruined the entire rest of the movie for him. He couldn't do it. He couldn't like why do we
What,
care
the
about
end of
all
the
that?
war?
And I'm sitting there like just looking at him like you're fucking dumb. And I said, okay, so what about the entire middle section of Iron Man 3 where it just sucked balls? And he's like, oh no, that's fine. The ending was incredible. And I'm like, wait, what? But anyways, back to Star Wars. Yeah, I fucking hate that kid. Yeah, no, I like I said, I would be more of a fan of Star Wars still to this day if one, Disney didn't own it, and two, it felt like Disney wasn't just using it as a money thing, which is what I feel like they're
They're
doing.
yeah, they definitely are, but
Like as soon as they announced that like it was owned by
still
Disney.
I still love it.
Oh no, and that's the thing is like there's a ton of people that do. I just for me it's like as soon as Disney bought it, it was one of those things to me where it's like they're literally buying this just for the money. They don't give a fuck about Star Wars,
Mm-mm.
and that was my thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still watch it because I want to see like uh I wanted to see the rest of the story and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I really like the movies. Like, I don't know. I've already said I like the movies, but
Well, like I said, there's a lot of things that I thought they did really kind of cool. I liked Ray.
they
I liked.
Mandalorian, they are doing a great job with Mandalorian.
Yes, they are. I will say that.
Because Dave Filoni
Well,
is the best.
and I'm gonna get so much shit for this right now. I
Oh
think Baby Yoda
Lord.
is the dumbest fucking thing on the face of the earth.
I'm leaving. I'm about to leave.
So Baby Yoda to me is the exact same
No.
thing as what Baby Groot is. It's the exact
Oh my
same
God, I love
thing
Baby Groot.
as what Porg is. It's the exact same. It's like it's the typical Disney. We need this
They're
thing that we can sell.
cute.
That you. That's it. That's the only reason why those things exist is literally because they're cute and we can sell things of them. Like if you take Baby Yoda out of the Mandalorian, is the show still good?
It could be.
So the show should be called Baby Yoda and not the Mandalorian then.
Oh yeah, I meant to say John Favre, whatever his last name is.
Jon Favreau.
I'm thinking of Dave for the Clone Wars, but he worked on Mandalorian, didn't he?
Who? John?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. No, Dave. Hold on, real quick. Googling.
You know, that's my thing. Is just like the amount that everybody was talking about Baby Yoda, and then it's like cool. That the show's about the Mandalorian. It's like, but there's Baby Yoda, and Baby Yoda's doing this and he's doing that,
Well, I
and
think the
like
second season is gonna be really good. They're adding Ahsoka Tano live action, and I'm pumped
so.
for her to come out.
Yes and no. You just hate me right now, don't you?
No.
So no, so I'm excited and I'm not excited. I'm excited because I love the character. I'm not excited because of who they picked to play the character.
Who did you want?
The person who did the voice of it in the movie.
Ashley Eckstein?
Yes.
I thought so too. But
The
everyone
fact.
wanted this Rosario lady.
The
It's gonna work. I mean, I've seen pictures of
Oh
what
yeah, no. I mean Rosario Dawson is incredible.
it's
She's a
gonna
great
work.
actress.
I love Ashley Eckstein, but she's just I just don't see her being like actually acting
Well, my
as
thing
it like I don't think she could be.
my thing is to me it's a slap in the face.
Yeah, she was like I
She
actually follow her
she
on Instagram.
did
She was upset.
Yeah, I would be too if you're the voice of it.
She's
Cuz what?
wanted to
She's
always she is Ahsoka Tano. I will see her as Ahsoka Tano.
because I mean what? If I'm wrong, she's the voice in the Clone Wars, right?
Yep.
And she's the voice in the actual Star Wars movie.
Yep. They told her she didn't have any acting experience, like actually full on acting experience, like
Okay,
live action.
then help her. Don't just be like, oh no, you don't have experience. We're not gonna no.
I think it's another Disney thing.
Of course it is. I mean, it's just it's I. That's my thing. I'm so because like it's the same. Like of course, I'm a DC fan. Um, I can't think of his fucking name now. God damn it. Hold. Kevin Conroy. Of course, I type
Tano,
it in and then his
Tano. It's Ahsoka Tano.
um.
She's a character in the Clone Wars, introduced in the Clone Wars movie, and
Mhm.
in the rest of the Clone Wars TV series, and now she's
She's kind of
being
fucking like big part
come
of the
to
lore now.
life, and everyone the Clone Wars season 7 that just came out.
Mhm. Yeah.
They focused mainly on that season. They focused mainly on Rex and Ahsoka because we already know about Anakin and uh Obi-Wan's story in episode 3, so they're just giving us like closure with Ahsoka and Rex, and I think they did a really good job. And Ahsoka's a fan favorite. Everyone loves her.
Yeah. True.
I love her. I actually bought her when I went to Harry Potter. Nope, nope. When I went to the Star Wars world
Ooh.
in Universal,
Mm-hmm.
what's it called? Uh, what's it called? Galaxy's Edge. There we go.
Galaxy's Edge. Yeah.
I bought her lightsabers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, like my thing is like so like
She's in Star Wars Rebels. Yeah,
yeah.
she's in there, but I don't like the character design they did for her. I don't like how Disney like the animation did. Nope.
So like that's so like my thing is like of course like I said I'm a DC fan. Kevin Conroy is the voice of Batman. The
Mhm.
iconic voice of Batman from the Arkham
Yeah.
games to the animated things. He's the only person who has yet to actually take the mantle of Batman while being the longest running Batman until recently when they actually did it in the TV show in the Arrowverse TV show. In the crossover
Mm.
event they had him actually like play old man Batman who's like broken down and like lost his way sort of thing. But like seeing that, I'm sitting there like that is the greatest thing ever. His acting was fucking terrible, by the way. But the fact that Batman actually got to be fucking Batman, I was all for
Yeah.
it. So as soon
Real
as
quick, how do you feel about Robert Pattinson playing Batman?
I am intrigued because it's because
I'm very intrigued.
everybody remembers Pattinson from Twilight.
Twilight. He will always be remembered as
Watch
Edward Cullen.
watch his new stuff. His new stuff is fucking unreal.
I
He
haven't seen
has
anything. The last thing I actually watched from him was Water for Elephants.
mhm.
That was a good
he's
movie.
he's really grown as an actor, and I'm really
I
intrigued.
bet, yeah,
It's
I bet he has.
it's one of those things where like there's still a part like no matter what, there's always going to be a part of me that wants Batfleck to come back because I think
Mm.
Batfleck is one of the best
I
adaptations of
never really
Batman we've ever
saw the
had.
Batman movies. I never really got into. My sister watched them all, but I never actually really got into them. I think I was I think I was younger, so
Hmm.
I
Well,
don't
like
know.
for me, Batman is like Ben Affleck as Batman is a specific type of Batman from the comics that, of course, there's always in DC the big thing is the multiverse, so there's always multiple different versions of Batman. Batfleck's version was a very specific type of Batman at a very specific time where he was extra violent and people aren't used to that sort of Batman.
Mhm.
I'm very intrigued to see what Matt Reeves is doing because Matt Reeves is an incredible director. Pattinson recently has been knocking it out of the park with all of his roles. Um, Apparently, there's rumors that it is connected to the DC universe, but there's also things saying it's not connected to the DC universe as its own thing. It's going to be a trilogy. I'm excited to see what Colin Farrell brings to the role of Penguin. Um, the whole thing is just very intriguing to me, and especially
Mhm.
considering that I think I read somewhere that like a fourth or half of it has already been filmed, and then of course the coronavirus happened.
Because
Um,
coronavirus.
yeah. So now I'm intrigued. That's my big thing is I'm intrigued because it's going to be a version of Batman we haven't seen in movies. I'm assuming, and especially the way they've talked about it. Um, so that's really kind of I'm excited. I think it's cool. Um, but back to lightsabers and Jedi's. Um, Jedi, Gray Jedi, or Sith? Which one are you?
Jedi.
Which side? Jedi.
Jedi. Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
If you ask my brother this question, he would choose Sith. Me and my brother and his group of friends all have like we like pick characters for each other. Like we're actually like we pick characters that mostly fit our personalities and stuff when we're all limited to like 3 because
Hmm.
there's one guy in our group that has picked like every single like side character saying that's him or whatever. But we're always like when we watch it together, we're like, that's you and so and so. So my characters have been Princess Leia,
Hmm.
Ahsoka Tano, and from the video game Jedi Fallen Order, Marin the Night Sister. And I'm just waiting to see what other Star Wars character I could possibly maybe be in the future for the whatever they have. But it's really cool when we do that. It's just like it's fun, like
Because of course
a fun thing we do.
I knew the basics of Star Wars and everything, and then of course I
Mhm.
read some of the old literature that no longer is canon because Disney destroyed all of that, or
Right.
destroyed most of it. It was always interesting seeing people bringing up the Grey Jedi because it's supposedly like not a thing, but it is a thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's one of those weird ones. I just like it because, like, to me, like you were saying, like people picking, like, or in your group, each one of you guys picking, like, oh yeah, I'm kind of like this, or I'm kind of like that, I'm kind of like this. For me, that's how I feel with the Grey Jedi's. Is because it's like I'm looking at it right now, and of course they will have their little, like there is this with this or this with that, and it's like there's no light without the dark. Through passion, I gain focus. Through knowledge, I gain power. Through serenity, I gain strength. Through victory, I gain
Mm.
harmony. There's only the force, and I hear that, and I'm like, that's me. That's the thing of me basically saying, like, with this, there has to be this. Like, it doesn't exist like that.
All right.
So that was my thing. Like, I just kind of I think that's kind of a cool one that a lot of people don't really too much know.
Yeah.
Um, so what's your favorite, like your favorite things with Star Wars? Like, if someone was why do you like Star Wars? What would you tell them?
Mm. Hmm. Good question. Uh, Probably because just like the way they like just how like I don't even know how to answer this question.
Well, like, so for me, for instance, my thing was that, like, at the time when I was a kid, it was very original and it was very different. Of course, now there's probably a billion different versions of Star Wars of people that have taken inspiration from Star Wars. Like, you could say that some of the stuff, like, the way the outfits look and stuff like that, like there's a little bit of
I just
Destiny.
think it's like it's interesting,
Right.
uh, being in space and not like being in space and stuff. It's just like I know this is Star Trek, but I just think the lightsabers and all that is so cool, and like
Mm-hmm.
they have like good stories. Like they're I think just like I think when I fell in love with Star Wars when it was like when I watched episodes 3, 4, and no, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Um, just the way the characters are, I guess, and how they're just the light side and dark side. It's just interesting.
Like, and that's the thing is, like, the stories, I feel like, is the thing that does it for me, and especially the way that, it's like it's always that, like, kind of like that, the medieval knight, like the code. We have this code of conduct, like, we do this, we don't do that, we don't let our emotions control us, and you know they're bad. Oh, well, why are they bad? Well, they're bad because they're bad. Like, we never really know truly why the Sith are bad, or like truly why the Jedi are good. It always seems like there's always that, like, as being a, like, seeing it through the eyes of the Sith, you can see how they see the Jedi as bad, and like the other way around, and like it feels like there's always clarity within, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. And I like that's the
Yeah.
thing that I find kind of cool because there's clarity, but there's also a little complex things with it. Um, and like that's kind of like that's one of the reasons why I haven't liked the most recent stuff is because I feel like there hasn't been that. I feel like it's been a lot of like, oh well, of course like two Jedi's can like telepathically talk to each other. Of course that can happen. Or of course this thing happens. Because like I said it does, and like there now it's written that Mickey Mouse put his handprint on it. It's official now. Like I don't know. Like I just because of course the last thing I have here is your thoughts on the recent stuff, and you've already kind of hit that.
Yeah, I liked it. I think I loved episode 9. I loved it.
I think I would have liked everything. Like I said, if
It
it had
was
a more like focused, like this is what it should be.
mhm.
I think I would have liked it more. I mean, I like it. I'm a big fan of Kylo Ren. I really liked Kylo Ren as a character.
I liked Kylo Ren, but I really wanted to see more of Ben's story.
Okay.
When he when when Kylo Ren died and he turned back into Ben.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually really sad seeing him die, and I was just like, "What?" I
Oh.
wanted to see more. And I also like at the very end, I wanted to see Rey when she looked off into the when she saw Leia and Luke. I feel like she should have seen
Anakin.
Ben. No, Ben as well.
See, I in that scene I would
But
have.
I think when all the Jedi were actually talking to her,
Mm-hmm.
I just they should have done Force Ghost for them, like
Yes.
every single one of them.
Yes. I
That's
would
one
agree
thing
with
I
you
wish
there.
that they should have done.
And of course now it made me think for that when you said the seeing Luke and Leia. I still love the meme where it's like, "What's your last name?" It's like my name's Ray. What's your last name? And then it's like Ray Mysterio. Um, I fucking love that meme. But yeah, no, I liked, and of course, a lot of people. Oh, Kylo Ren was just an emo boy that was, throwing temper tantrums and.
Yeah.
I liked his story because it's one of those things of like looking up to his grandfather who like did a terrible thing, and he's going to do that too, no matter what, and kind of the internal fight
But
between.
he did what his grandfather did.
Hmm.
Darth Vader died, and he was Anakin again right as when he died. So he went to light side. So he did do
Yeah.
pretty much what
And like that's the thing is like I
he
really
followed in his
liked
grandfather's footsteps.
also the lightsaber. I fucking love the lightsaber.
Mhm.
Um, So, and then on to the final topic of the night, the one that I know so much about. I'm a fucking expert.
Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey. Someone earlier in chat.
Misspelled Rey, by the way.
Yep.
It's R-E-Y.
Huh?
It said, I
Oh,
just noticed it on
motherfucker.
your actual title page. It's
You know what? I can't change it, so it's
I
staying
know.
there. Earlier in chat, someone asked, who is This
I
is
think that was
y'all.
cool.
Yep, Koala asked who's
She
what? No, no, didn't say who. What's Lana Del Rey? So what is
yeah, she did
Lana?
say what. Lana Del Rey.
What is Lana Del
Lana
Rey?
Del Rey is a female artist, singer. Uh, she has been singing since forever. She didn't really get noticed by a lot of people till like
Forever.
2012 when her um, I don't even know what album it was, but her song "Video Games" uh was extremely popular, and she pretty much went viral then. But she actually was her real name is Elizabeth Grant, and when she started off, she her name was Lizzie Grant, and when she actually like dropped video games, she made an album and changed her name from it says the album was called Lana Del Rey and changed to Lizzie Grant, or also known as Lizzie Grant was the title of the album that whatever. Got popular, I guess.
Okay.
Anyway, she's my favorite uh singer, probably.
Um. So of course, because I am a huge expert, I didn't research any of her stuff or listen to her all of her music today or anything. So what is your favorite song and why?
um, favorite song is Born to Die because it's about to get deep, but when I went to this one school from like pre-K to 8th grade. That's like where all my friends were. That's the only place I knew, and it's actually like it was a private school that's like really known for like their like academics and stuff. And I was this was very hard for me to go into high school. So my parents decided it would probably be best if I changed schools. So going into high school, I changed high schools, which was extremely hard because I didn't know anybody that went to that school that I changed to. But my mom signed me up for like a dance team so I can meet new people. Like it was started off in the summer, so I had to so like I could meet people, I guess. And there was a song like I'm sure everyone's heard the Summertime Sadness remix, so, like, we had to dance, like, that song, and I liked it, and I looked up the artist. I know that was a remix, but when I looked her up, Lana Del Rey's the song that came up was "Born to Die," and, I just fell in love with her music
Hmm.
and stuff like that, so, and her music has helped me so much through high school and now, um, uh, yeah,
Well,
pretty much it.
one of
What
the
about
things I
you?
remember you saying to me was that if you want to cry, listen to her. You know, you're gonna cry listening to her music, that
If
sort of
you
thing.
want to cry, if you need a good cry, I would listen to Lana Del Rey. Her music a lot of people don't like her because her music's depressing, but a lot of her unreleased music, which I love, pretty good. It's pretty poppy, I guess.
I was, I
Definitely
of
Born
course,
to
like you
Die is
said,
a crying song for me personally because, um, when I went to her concert a couple years ago, week later, uh my brother passed away, so it's just, like, very emotional song for me, so
well, I'm sorry to hear that. One of the things I was gonna say was that when I was listening to her music today. A lot of it
Mm.
was like I'm trying to think of a way to say it without it was very
Dreamy
emotional.
dreamy, yeah.
And by emotional, I mean like not just like, oh, it's a female, so it's emotional. No, I mean like it's emotional
It's
music where
yeah.
it can bring emotion out of you, and it can make
Mhm.
you feel emotions that like you may not normally feel, or like you weren't expecting to feel, or because like there was like a song or two because I had it on while I was doing stuff,
Yeah.
and like I had it on. And I'm like at one
I
point
usually
like
put it on when I'm doing homework.
yeah, like I was doing the dishes and then suddenly I stopped doing the dishes. I was like, what the fuck is going on over here? Like, um so I found it very, it was interesting listening to it because like of course I wasn't sure what to expect from it.
Yeah.
But the more I was listening, I was like, okay, yeah, I can kind of vibe to this. I can kind of, I understand, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, so that about wraps up my sheet of questions slash things I wanted to bring up. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about?
Mhm. I don't think so.
No.
Just, super pumped for season 5 for Apex on
Amen.
Tuesday.
And
2
for
more
everyone
days.
everyone out there, I will be um doing a live reaction to the battle pass, to Loba, to quests. And then I will be
Mhm.
playing it all day. Deer will be playing it all day. I will have
I will also
her.
be doing a reaction on my channel as
Ooh, there
well.
you go. I'll leave her
Oh,
link in the
Lord.
description for you guys in this video. Um, thank you, dear, for coming on. I know you were one of the
Yeah, thanks for having me.
yeah,
I
of
had
course.
fun.
I know you and Athena were kind of one of the first two when I said I was doing the podcast. They were like, yeah, I want to get on, and then I just kind of kept, pushing you guys back because of football stuff.
Mm.
So I'm glad I was finally able to get you guys on, um, and possibly maybe at some point have both of you guys on at one point at the
Ooh,
exact same time. Yep, Athena
that'd be
asked.
fun.
Yeah, Athena asked about that one. She was like, "Can Deer come on with me as well?" And I was like, "What? Like calm down. Like,
You'd be laughing the entire time, just FYI,
oh, it would be,
'cause
yeah, it would be,
we're goofy.
yeah, it would be a lot of fun.
Be a lot of fun.
But, yeah, like I said, thank you for coming on. A lot of topics, a lot of things talked about.
Mhm.
So, depending on where you are all out there when you watch this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Stay out of trouble. And we will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.